Welcome, everybody, to Dungeons & Dragons for tonight. I know it's been quite a bit, and for the help of the audience, since several sessions were lost, I am going to do a recap, which I will bring my players in for because they don't remember it very well, though I will probably need to mute them for a little bit of it, so let's bring them in. Alright, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna do a recap from the start of Serpenthome onwards, as best as I remember it. Which might not be that good.
It'll be fine.
It'll probably be fine. So, you guys, you met Mizha, who had left the rift and come out to guide you and help you for a little bit. You took her through the Feywild before you went to the Serpenthome, and that was an interesting adventure. When you entered Serpenthome immediately from Saints Haven, you first showed up in the Aurora Canopy, the realm of Anthari, the goddess of magic, and she spoke to each of you and told you something. Do you remember what she told you, and would you like me to remind you?
I would like to be reminded.
Okay.
I have a vague remembrance, but it would be good to have it in DMs.
I did DM it to you. I can read it out to you again now because I have them up. I went and found the document.
Valid.
So, if you'd like, Echo, stay here, everybody else mute and deafen. Or just leave the call, I mean, that's fine too, I guess. Alright. Muted and deafened? Skylax just muted.
I can't figure out how to deafen on mobile.
Oh, I don't know how to do that either.
I remember I found a way to do that.
We're fine.
I think
we're fine.
Do it through this notification.
We're fine. Alright, so I'm not going to do her voice again, because that was frustrating. But the message Anthari spoke to you was the following. Devil Daughter, you are ruled by fear. You have long been afraid of consequences or repercussions, and your very existence was hidden out of fear. You do not fully realize this even as you rail against it, but do not worry. You will have your answers soon enough. You have already begun to uncover them, piece by piece, a puzzle you are carving as you lay it, like your mother before you. You are like her, and someday you will be free as she is from your doubt. Until then, stay true to yourself and watch your words, both those you speak and those said to you.
Okay. Can you please DM that to me?
Absolutely.
So that
it should be... I don't know if it was ever pinned. Hold on. I'm gonna check what our latest messages were before I accidentally bring them up on stream. I'm just gonna text you a picture of it.
Okay, that works.
Oops. Just don't worry about the large amount of other people's words that you can see in this picture.
That's fine. I'll download it, crop those out, and delete them.
It's okay. It's like a couple lines.
Okay.
Hey,
cool.
Bees, thank you. You made it to stream for once. Hell yeah. How many fucking months is that? That's a lot of months. 14. That's a lot of months. Where's your... There you are. You're dark green. I need to put more stars on the wall for you. Let everybody else know they can come back.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. Perfect. I have
Lord,
put up
please.
your 13 stars on your lovely little sign, even though I'm so sorry we don't have the camera running right now because my camera's still defunct. Alrighty. Would anybody else like their messages resaid/resent?
Or what?
Your messages from Anthari. Would you like those repeated to you? Anyone else?
Yes.
I probably need to write mine down. I don't
You
remember.
sent it to us already, right?
I did send them to you. I don't know if I pinned them in every chat,
I can go look for mine.
I remember what yours was very clearly, Alpha.
It was not pinned.
Oh, don't worry, I'll send it to you.
Praise be.
You know, if my phone decides to cooperate and actually send things. The internet in my room is terrible. It's so far from the router. Come on.
Oof.
I found it! I'll just pin it.
There you go.
I cannot find it at all.
Oof.
Okay. Let me check
Where did
our
my pens
latest
go?
message.
Here are my pens.
Because yours was really long. Lurks. Oh, shit. Hey, 19. Jesus Christ. Where are you? You're purple. I need to... Purple. Purple? This is purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... Oh god, my marker's broken. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I wonder what happens when I run out of room for stars on my page. Okay. Yes. Lurks, I'm gonna see what our latest message was. That's not you. That's also not you. Shit. This is as if it's like something. I don't want to show it in the stream channel. Yes. Alright, here we go. It's fine. Where are you? Jesus. There you are. There you go.
Apparently we just don't talk to each other anymore.
I talk to a lot of people. There was yours.
I mean, same.
Incredibly long.
Not as long as it's been since we played. Ayo!
Hey.
Not long.
Okay. Anybody else?
No, I found mine.
Alright. So, you all got these messages from Anthari. I'm gonna close the word pad because otherwise it's probably gonna freeze my computer. After the Aurora Canopy, you used Mizha's little time turner thing. Little hourglass pendant, I believe it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little sort of hourglass. And you moved from the Aurora Canopy past the Cloud Spawn. You did not go in the Cloud Spawn. You did not want to play with Lyriox today.
We gained $200 in
yeah, you just went, no, no, no. No, 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 no.
Not past it.
Mizha looking Lyriox directly in the eyes spins faster.
Right? You saw him and he was like, aw, man. And then you moved your way into the Library of Cools, ruled by Suruk, the god of knowledge and war. In the library, a few of you accepted Suruk's offer to trade knowledge for knowledge, swapping out proficiencies for other ones.
Yeah.
And this is why our monk no longer knows anything about religion.
What's
Hey,
a
it's
religion?
okay. I didn't really know anything about religion anyway.
Yeah. I figured, like, I hate when I'm a player and I have, like, a useless proficiency that I didn't want and I can't use and it's garbage, and I'm like, why can't I get rid of this? Now you can get rid of it. I gave you the opportunity to get rid of it.
Proficiency in potato peeling.
That's useful, though.
Yeah, if you're faced with an army of killer potatoes, that's
Or if
basically
you
it.
want to make dinner.
No, you're not proficient in cooking. You're just proficient in peeling potatoes.
Well, if you want to help someone make dinner, Jesus.
That's
have an open mind.
you're.
Demon.
That's why you're.
Like, you can leave my custody and have your soul back if you make me mashed potatoes. You're like, oh shit.
That's why you're just the sous chef, not the chef. You just help.
So, after the Library of Coals, you moved on to Midnight, I believe. Was right after the library?
Yes.
You entered Midnight, the vast, dark jungle, and made your way through part of it because you could not time not turn your way out of this, and instead had to receive Askasha's permission to leave the plane. You found Askasha in a city, and she challenged you... Well, she was going to challenge you to some sort of hunting challenge, but before you could do anything, Strahd decided to crash his plane into hers again.
Again.
It's like the 7th time that's happened. And Askasha was done with his shit and invited all of you to come along and kill him, which you promptly did. Which disconnected and de-anchored his plane from Askasha's, and you had to run out of there. Mir no longer has a shadow.
Oh yeah.
It was left behind.
Oh yeah.
So it's just gone.
Yeah.
And Askasha thanked you for your assistance and has led you further onwards out of midnight into the fields of sunset where you are now. That's the entirety so far. You know, that's missing certain highlights like Temp hitting on Strahd and then becoming Strahd's best friend.
A juice box, yes.
Delicious.
I gotta find.
He also stole his
did not, in
ashes.
fact, take a fucking sip. He took.
He doesn't need them.
No,
Yeah,
but you.
No, but it's still real dumb.
It's strange that you chose to do that.
Let
I'll
us
say
live
that.
our lives, okay? Let's just happen, okay?
Okay.
Honestly, with their previous behavior, this is just par for the course.
Oh, I know.
Really is.
It's just like, what the fuck?
Are you surprised? Really?
No.
Highlights of the serpent or of the Strahd battle.
Highlights of the Strahd battle.
That crit, that real crit.
Which
with
crit?
With Mizha's. The divine crit with radiant damage.
Ah, yes,
my
you
God.
did. You did crit Strahd with radiant, which did a hell of a lot of damage. You summoned your friend, your dead friend.
Yeah.
Askasha mostly stayed back and watched you handle that battle. He was curious to see what you could do. Regardless, you won. You took some things from Strahd's castle. You fled from the plane, leaving it to fall back into the astral sea, and made your way to the fields of sunset. And as you are in them now, Askasha is leading you down a pathway between two large wheat fields.
Wow.
That's
Echo.
God bless. I'm so happy that the stream can see these memes.
So good.
And I posted it.
Oh, hold on, I have to read a message in the chat real quick.
Oh,
Don't
no.
use this as an opportunity to call me out, but I support hitting on Strahd as a life choice. Well, I guess. Good God. Where was I? I was distracted.
So we're
We
walking
yeah.
the field of wheat.
Yeah, being led
Yes.
through two wheat fields.
Between the wheat fields. It is sunset, obviously. The light is just passing over the tops of the grasses. I will remind you, Askasha is a massive 5-headed serpent person with a giant bow, who is much longer than Mizha is. So that's
so
who you're walking
majestic.
with. And he is guiding you towards what looks like almost like a... You've seen Lord of the Rings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The Golden
I'm
Hall
excited.
of Rohan? It kind of looks like that, this building. Only lower and flatter, with a more like a domed roof. It's like if the Golden Hall really were a barn before it became something better. No offense to barns. And you're headed towards that, and Askasha turns one head over one of her shoulders and goes, be polite, please. That's all.
Polite or light?
Polite.
Okay.
We're always polite. We are very nice people.
We're like
Mizha always tries to be polite. Does it work all the time? Maybe not, but she does her best.
We attempt.
You attempt. So you head out from between these two fields to a larger pathway that is actually slightly cobblestoned. This one's more well-traversed than the paths between the fields. And you head towards the hall, and as you go, you begin to see there are people in the fields, actually. Some of them are working to plant, some of them are harvesting. The plants are at different stages in their lives, so there are people sort of taking care of them wherever they are. All of them seem to either ignore you, or if they notice, they just kind of look at you and then go back to whatever they were doing. They don't seem surprised by your presence or Askasha's presence at all. And you head forward to the main doors of this great hall, which stand open, and a welcoming light streams out. It is a flickering warm firelight, which you see is cast from a large fire pit in the center of the room. There are tables lining it, or along each side of this very large fire pit, and you can see people walking about inside, sitting at the tables, etc. As you step into this great hall, you see Askasha sort of straighten up and kind of look around. She seems like she's searching for something. Anything you would like to do?
I asked Askasha, what are you looking for? Or who?
Tick. I don't know where she is right now. I'm sure she will be here momentarily. He seems almost, like, nervous, which is a little strange.
Does Mizha understand why? Has Mizha been told?
Oh, obviously.
Oh, Mizha is so happy to watch this.
Mir's like, Tick is nice, right?
Oh, very. Very indeed.
And why do you...
Mizha is just like...
Do you have a crush? I should know. I should shut up.
She's my wife.
I said nothing.
It's a little bit more than a crush at this point.
What?
Tick is my wife.
Sorry, Tick is what?
Askasha's wife.
Ah.
Oh.
Aww.
And as you are needling the god about this, you see somebody come through the crowd of people. And another thing you notice, all of these people, almost all universally, are yuan-ti. You can see them, they have the same sort of scale pattern markings as Hessa does. They have the same slit eyes, though in different colors. A couple of them are not humanoid, bipedal, but have the longer serpent-like bodies like Mizha does. A few of them are bipedal, but have the serpent heads. Most of them look like Hessa, for the most part. And you see someone come through this crowd of people, and it is a yuan-ti-ish person with the sort of lower body of this lovely orange and brown patterns fox snake. Let me get a picture of that for you. Get the patterning. Oh, that picture's too small. Here you go. There you go. It's this lovely orangey brown patterning. And her upper half is a woman wearing an apron with these sort of dark coppery hair. And she is smaller than Mizha, but not by a whole lot. And you see Askasha, like, almost actually wiggle in place before kind of slithering over to her, and saying some things in a language that none of you understand, or can hear because it is very, very quiet. And you get the sense you probably don't wanna eavesdrop on that. But after a couple of seconds, Tick catches sight of you, and she heads on over and she says, "So you finally got here. I have been waiting for you. Bashini told me you would be here, and she told me to send you immediately to Citadel, but I don't think we need to do that exactly. You came through midnight, yes?"
Yeah, we did.
Okay, good. Was your journey peaceful enough? Did Askasha let you through without a problem?
After we murdered a vampire.
And you see her, she pauses for a second, she turns around and she goes, "Askasha! How could you? They're so small. Look at them. They're little, they're mortals. Do you expect them to be able to fight things in your realm? You are so rude to people sometimes." And Askasha, like, visibly wilts a little bit.
If it is any consolation, milady, we did volunteer to a point.
You did, but I doubt she would have let you through so easily anyways. Because that's how you are, huh, darling? Yes? This is what you do? And Askasha's like... He showed up, as he does, and tried to take over my realm again. You know what this is like. You've seen this happen before. I've complained about this before. You know he does this.
But he won't be a problem anymore.
Right. You underestimate them, love. They did kill him. And
Punched him real good.
This has got his ashes in a jar.
And Tick kind of like, alright.
Worst possible answer.
Hessa takes out the jar and just kind of holds it up.
What are you planning to do with that?
Honestly,
Exactly.
we're not very sure.
Huh.
We know some scientists who'd probably like to look at them.
That's fair enough, I suppose. Well, regardless, you must be very tired from your unnecessary battle. Yes? And Askasha's like, it was fine. It was fine. Everything was fine.
I'm alright, but my friend here, and I just turned it to them, has seen better days.
Temp was a juice box.
I do have a mysterious case of missing blooditis.
Oh, poor darling. Come with me, please, please. Bashini can wait. You clearly need some rest for tonight, yes? And probably something to eat. And then I can give you something tomorrow morning before you go to Citadel. Bashini can wait. Oh, darling. Come with me. And she will actually, like, come over and, like, touch your shoulders and stuff when she's talking to you. She's very physical. She, like, will come over and, like, stroke the side of your face and look at you and, like, touch your hair or your feathers, Mir.
Oh dear.
I love her so
And
much.
she will gesture into the hall and be like, please, please, come on. I promise it's safe.
Oh,
I love
okay.
And with that, you are able to spend the evening and night, if you will, sort of relaxing in the Halls of Light. There is a lot of activity there, but it's mostly like people kind of talking to each other or cooking food. There's a lot of food. Most of it seems to be like baked goods. Zakrau has a fucking festival all on his own. He just goes insane. He just goes absolutely batshit.
Is that why Zakrau isn't here? Because he's gonna be so drunk on pastry?
He's in a pastry coma.
Probably.
Yeah.
You're just kind of carrying him around. He's passed out.
Before entering, Mizha just slightly hesitates. Like, she just goes, "Oh, I was told to bring them there, though. Okay,
It's okay,
never mind."
Darling, it will be fine. You will find you just tomorrow morning. It's just a rest for you, and then we will take you to Citadel. Yes? Yes?
Yes.
It will be fine. Come on. If any of you party members would like to talk about anything with each other, I know it's been forever, so y'all probably have forgotten, but you did, in Midnight, learn that Hessa is not, in fact, a human, and is, in fact, a snake person. Which was hidden from you up until this point.
I've probably heard worse.
Other than that, if there's anything the party would like to do this evening, that is up to you.
Hessa spends the entire night just, like, exploring this place.
Absolutely.
Did Mirko find Hessa to speak with her?
Yeah.
Let's go find Hessa. Hi, Hessa.
She's, like, trying to crawl up the wall,
This is so fucking
get to the
cute,
second
guys.
floor. Not by the stairs. That would be too easy.
Here's like, I think there are stairs that might be easier.
I knew that. Of course.
I don't think you did.
Of course I did.
You have a moment?
Sure. What's up?
Are you gonna come down here, or should I just be yelling up at you on the wall?
Oh, yeah. She hops down.
It's adorable art, right?
I guess I just wanted to... I guess I don't know a lot about yuan-ti or Serpenthome, so... But I gather there was reason that you didn't tell us that you were a Snursen. And I just... sorry, is that a terrible word for it? Is that, like, horribly racist?
Hessa is just like... She's laughing so hard she's crying right now.
I'm dying inside just a little bit.
No.
It's fine. Don't worry. It's all good. Snursen is allowed.
I've never heard anyone call you a Snursen before.
But Hessa loves it.
Fuck yeah, you do.
I just wanted to say that I know you can be a little odd, but you seem like a nice person, and I'm
A
glad
nice
to have you
Snursen.
and if anyone does give you trouble, you tell me, and you're like trying to puff yourself up, but she's
Oh
still
my
this tiny.
god, Mir, please.
Oh my god.
I
Well,
really
being mean, my
appreciate
friend.
that. I really appreciate that. Thank you. It's not really... A lot of people don't accept it as well as you all do. You're all very nice people.
I wouldn't go
haven't
that
really-
far.
Very nice people to me, usually. We get along.
I love how you're just
Simple
like
statement.
you're pulling the goalposts back just the more you
You're
speak.
just like,
Hessa-
no.
Hessa gets a vision of the future where she's just wrapped in Misa's tail.
Just being carried around like a football.
In the
But-
Nope. In the middle of the snow.
Yeah.
Glad you're part of our group. Though I also have to ask that you really not steal anything while you're here. Tick seems nice. It's not be mean and take your stuff.
I'll be honest,
That'll
this is a weird concept for me. I've never really believed in the gods, and there's my worldview, you could say, is being shaken a little bit.
Bacon, a little bit.
But I appreciate it. I really do. You're all very good people, and I haven't been around a lot of good people who care before. And thank you all for trusting me. I know I'm not always the most trustworthy of people. I appreciate it.
Here's like, would you like a hug?
Yeah.
Hugs.
Hugs.
And now I will leave you to your wall climbing.
Oh,
I-
thanks. I'll just take the stairs.
At some point, I think Tiska is just gonna, like, find Hessa and give her a soft pat and be like, just, if I could have hidden, I would have too. I understood.
Oh.
Oof.
No.
Excuse me, I feel like I need to go start crying in a corner.
Thank you for trusting me. Thank you. There's a lot of just like Hessa saying thank you. Basically.
Miza's just sort of coiled up somewhere, eating quietly on her own. She doesn't want to get involved in the soft, touchy stuff.
That's a shame because Mira's gonna go find you next.
Oh jeez!
Oh, you can't escape the soft, touchy stuff.
Oh no!
If I had to
She'll
go
be
through it,
softened.
you two. Oh no.
Yeah, Miza's just sort of like hunched over, picking at food.
A small bird approaches you and says, "Hello, Mizha."
Oh,
Little
hello.
burb appears.
Verb.
Mizha, I'm sorry to interrupt. Quick question though. Mizha, you have to swallow everything whole.
Oh, no.
Beg pardon?
You have a
I
snake
can't chew.
face.
I can't chew.
You can't chew.
Yeah,
Oh.
so she's just choosing what food she wants and just swallowing it whole. It's really...
And also your
Really
ability
strange.
to taste is kind of not there.
No, but that means she can still pretend.
Yes.
Big thonk.
I think we had determined Mira had at least some taste buds, so maybe
Yeah.
listener shouldn't not have.
Well, yeah, but when you swallow something whole, the taste just sort of goes away.
Yeah.
It's more the texture.
Yeah. That's why she's just picking at the food, because she's just choosing what just feels the best rather than what tastes the best, because she doesn't know. She doesn't know anything about taste.
God bless. Alright, go on.
But yeah, Mira finds you and is like, "Hi, Mizha.
Oh, hello.
I just want to say thank you for the help against Strahd. I know we haven't known each other very long, but you've been a good, solid fighter in our group, and well, I hope we get to know each other and become friends more.
Mizha is just
Despite
beaming
my
as much
social awkwardness.
as much as a Snurson can beam, she's beaming.
Aww. Snakes can
Like her shoulders lose their tenseness. She just goes, "Oh, I hope we become better friends as well, and I do sincerely apologize for the joke that I made when we met."
You have to understand, I haven't met so when you first said that, I didn't know whether you ate the kangaroo whole.
Oh gods, no.
That's good. The other thing I wanted to ask was, I know you originally came looking for Hessa. Why?
Yes. I don't know the specifics. When my lady asks me to do something, I'm morally and emotionally obligated to go do it.
I guess I just want to know that she's not like in that bad as well.
Oh no, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Lady Bashini didn't mention anything about any trouble that she might be in.
Okay. She's a little odd, but she's nice odd.
Thank you, Shinty.
All I see is the caption, like snake, and the thumbnail, and I'm already afraid.
It just keeps happening.
What just happened?
No.
Again, thank you, Shinty.
I am filled with fear. Thanks.
It's Mizha.
So good and so bad, I love it.
It's horrifying.
Oh, is this you react to that gif? Okay.
That's certainly something.
Sorry.
It is, huh?
Yes, no,
back-
he was just saying that Hessa is
Anyway,
really
yeah, we're
odd,
back.
but she's good odd. And She seems like a nice person. Doesn't want anything bad to happen to her.
Oh yes. And I will do my best to make sure that nothing happens. Of that I swear to you.
Okay. I will leave you to your, eating?
Ah, yes, and I apologize if it...
Should I give any recommendations, or... Are you just...
I can't really taste anything.
Ah.
So...
In that case, just leave the pastries, because I think Zakra wants as many as he can possibly have.
Zakra has eaten approximately 12 so far.
Zakra is just passed out on a table.
Oh, he's not done.
Wait, 12? Those are rookie numbers. Zakra needs
Which is why he's still working on it.
Yeah, he's just started. God.
Oh, okay. Carry on then, my wayward son.
Just found the pastry table.
Having spoken to folks, we will now go find some tasty rolls with good seeds on them and nosh those.
Alright.
Can I use my stealth powers for evil?
Oh no.
To steal some of Zakra's pastries without him noticing?
Yeah, roll stealth. I'll roll for Zakra. Oh shit, where's my stealth? Here it is.
Pull up my character sheet. I mean, I totally already had that open because I am prepared.
It's fine. We haven't played in like 6 years, so.
Okay, so that's a 28.
I'm gonna roll with disadvantage for him, and I don't know what his Okay, now I need to know what his perception bonus is. It's probably not plus 10, right?
Probably not.
Okay.
I would assume
Then
not.
he does not see you.
Wisdom based, I highly doubt it's that high.
Oh, God. If it's not negative, I don't know what the truth is.
What is...
He doesn't see you.
Cool. Pranked.
Right. Background is a good demonstration of the difference between intelligence and wisdom.
Is...
Alright, anything else anybody would like to do in the evening time?
Eat an actually balanced meal?
Yeah,
We're
like
checking in on 10 to make sure he's not dying from blood loss.
Yeah, actually, Temp, when you eat the things here, you feel, like, way more refreshed and, like, I don't want to say healed, because that doesn't sound right, but...
Rejuvenated.
But mechanically?
Yeah. You feel way more rejuvenated than it is, when you eat material plane food.
Huh. Spooky.
Hessa is going to try and, like, this is a very short period of time, but she's going to attempt to collect as much information as she can.
Absolutely. On what?
On, like, history and, like, stuff that's happened and why things have happened like they have.
Ask some more specific questions.
Cool. Just history of the gods.
Oh, you want
Like
to know the
Askasha.
history of the gods.
Yes.
Okay, and who are you going to ask about that?
Is there a library? Actually, there's Tick. She seems nice.
Yes.
I'm going to very awkwardly come up to Tick.
Okay. You have to
How
find
is this
her.
different from how you normally are?
And
Yeah.
you do find her, and she is coiled up at one of the tables, and Askasha is sprawled on her. Like, heads all over the place.
Gosh, they're adorable.
Pretty much, cuddling up to her as best as she can.
Good.
And
That's so
Tick
good.
sees you come up and goes, "Oh, it's you! Yes, hello. Do you need something?"
Yes, I'm sorry to interrupt. If you have somebody else I can go to, that's fine. I didn't want to interrupt
I'm
or
happy
anything.
to talk to you. Askasha's not listening.
Well, on my plane, there's not a lot of information about the gods, and
Yes, I know.
I am interested in knowing more, and My home
us?
is... Yes, my home has outlawed a lot of information, and I would like to know more.
Well, it's going to be a little bit difficult because I don't know what you know. After we were thrown down, to say, you stopped so much coming to us. So we don't have very much good information about what the material plane is like now. But I will tell you some things that you maybe do not know. The Fields of Sunset, where we are now, is where yuan-ti are supposed to go when they die. All of them are supposed to come here, and then once you are here and you're more acclimated to being not alive anymore, we let you go to wherever you wanted to be after that. So it's a halfway zone. Do you have any specific questions that I can address, or should I just speak about things?
I have been wondering, I know that there was a war. I've heard very little about that. I've heard, I know Mizha had was in a war, and that that was maybe the precursor to what happened to your fall, maybe? Like, I don't know, I've heard very little.
Of our fall, actually. It was a war called the Fall of the Serpent Gods. And it was when we were cast down from our thrones and replaced with what you know as, I believe it's called the Triferium?
Yeah.
Yes, that's when they rose to power. They are not gods that rose up, but they have been created. They are gods that have been created by his people, using our appearances? Yes, using our appearances and parts of us, the real serpent gods. And that's why they have power over anything. Mizha was, and I suppose is, still one of Bashini's greatest warriors. And you glance over and you see Mizha coiled up by one of the tables, and as you look over, she leans over a little bit, and her necklace bumps against her hand, and you see her take it and look at the beads and then drop it again. And take sighs and goes, she gave everything to save the last few people who still believed in us from certain death. If you want to know more about the battles, I would ask her, but I don't know if she'll be forthcoming, per se.
Thank you for talking to me. I appreciate it.
Of course, yes. There's much more to know about us. If you would like, I can tell you a little bit about us. So I'm not really sure what I am allowed to say or not. So if I tell you something you're not supposed to know, oops.
Oops. I won't tell a soul.
All right. So what else are you wondering?
Can you tell me about before the fall?
Before the fall? Yes, yes. So there are 8 of us. Give me a second. I'm gonna bring up the Serpent Gods document because I need it.
Oh gosh.
Also, I just want you guys to know that the moment, if she was in earshot, the moment Mizha heard mention of the war, she twitched.
She was not in earshot.
Okay, thank God, because she would just stiffen reactionarily, just go, oh God.
It was just
gotta turn to another page. Got it.
Okay. So,
page 2.
Are you taking notes?
Possibly.
Fuck yeah, I'm so happy. So, there are 8 of us. We are the Serpent Gods. We rose to power a very long time ago. And then we created you, our children, the yuan-ti. You are our children. You always have been. So, you have forgotten who we are. And she looks a little bit downcast, honestly, at that. But, we will always be waiting for you to remember us. Which you will, I hope, someday do. Someday.
I think I'd like to help that along. That process along.
You know, I think Bashini had something to tell you about that. She'll probably tell you tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I think it was
sounds
request.
good.
But Bashini is the one who will tell you everything you need to do, everything you need to know. She sees everything. She can see the future, and she's the goddess of fate. And there's a whole difference there, but I don't know. I still don't know what it means. You'll have to ask her about it.
Okay.
Aside from her, no one has introduced you to all of us, right? No one has told you who everyone is?
No, I've been trying to keep a record of who is who, but...
Well, you've heard of Bashini. I am Tick. I am, I'm trying to find her nicknames, hold on. I'm the Harvest Queen. The Harvester of Souls. That's me. I rule over the home, over healing and family and light and love and the harvest, and I manage this place where all people go, well, all of our children come when they die. Askasha here, and whichever one of Askasha's heads is laying on like Tick's shoulder chest area, she just gently strokes Askasha's face and goes, oh, she's asleep. Askasha here is the Lord of the Hunt and nighttime, if you will. She's called the Night Mistress, which is one of the personas that was given to one of the false gods, but the real one's much better. She hunts. That is what she does. Sometimes she brings me food. It's very nice of her. Other than her, who else have you met? Have you met anyone else?
We almost met... Let me turn back in my notes. We almost met Lyriox, I believe.
Oh, he is the god of trickery and mischief. If you skipped past meeting him, it was probably in your best interest. He would have taken up a bit of your time. It would have been probably a waste of time. That's what he does, don't worry. There is Suruk, the god of knowledge and warfare. He spends a lot of time reading. Did you meet him?
Yes, we did.
He is nice. He's always a good friend. There is Anthari. She is hard to find, but she is the goddess of magic and beauty. She will prophesize sometimes, even though her future sight is different from Bashini's. She does not see specific events, she just gives very cryptic hints about a lot of things. Very cryptic hints. What else is there? Who am I missing? Oh, Beetle-Rox. Lyriox's brother. The twins. He's the god of nature. I'm guessing I saw Mizha had a little time glass. Yes? Before? Did you see her use that? Yes.
Yes.
That's one of Beetle-Rox's. He uses them. He keeps them safe. You can find them inside his office. I believe Bashini got one for Mizha for this specific mission she's on. The one that is going to be ending when she gets back to Citadel. Aside from her and me and everyone else, the only other one is Teusu. And she goes kind of quiet for a second. Teusu is the greatest of us all. The Great Mother. She is our leader, and she is asleep most of the time.
Why?
She is too powerful to be
She
awake.
can only use 1% of her power.
Yeah. She does not do much, because if she did lots of things, she would mess up the world, probably. You cannot meet her, unfortunately. She does not appear. She does not manifest. I don't think you will go to Deep Vale unless you very, very much need to. Perhaps someday. Very few people go there.
Deep Vale?
Deep Vale, yes. Each of the places in Serpenthome. Serpenthome is it's a whole plane, but each of us has our own domain. Deep Vale is Teusu's, and it is quiet. She lives. Well, she lives.
Thank you for this information. I haven't heard very much at all about any of you all, and
Yes.
I love knowing more about it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course, yes, no problem. I will tell you lots of things if you want to know them.
I'm just not sure what else to ask at this point.
Tell me what you know about your false gods, because we do not have very much information about them, other than that they took some aspects of some of us and then removed others of us entirely, and have only the 3 terrible gods rather than true ones. And with this, because I know you probably don't have all the garbage Volo's information about what the fake yuan-ti gods are.
I know I've written down some things. I was just like
Do I hear
furiously
you
flipping.
throwing shit at Volo?
Yeah, you hear
It's
me
your
throwing shade at
favorite.
Volos. Are you gonna do something about it?
Oh,
No,
goodness.
I'm saying I live for it as someone who plays the Kenku, who is nothing
yeah.
like they describe Kenku.
I hate Volos so much. It's so bad.
Volo's confirmed trash.
It's garbage. It's total
Oh, sorry, that's an
garbage.
insult to garbage.
Oh,
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
rude.
It gives you a good starting off point, but you should really just make your own details, because they're not good.
You really should.
True.
Basically, what
Oh,
you tell
yeah.
Tick is the basics about the Triferium. What you know, that there are
Yeah.
3. There's Mershulk, Dendar, and Seth. They, with absolute authority, rule Serpenthome, the city, and by extension, the whole world, of course, though they need to, like, take over it and stuff still.
They'll get there. Hopefully
Tick is
not.
like, I certainly hope they won't, actually. I don't
hope
think they would
they
be very
won't,
good.
too. I don't think it would. They're not very good people.
No, they aren't. From the sound of it.
Try living with them.
I would prefer not to.
Wouldn't we all?
Perhaps someday you won't have to.
I hope. I can dream. I'll tell her more. Whatever I know.
Yeah. So you impart all your knowledge of the Triferium to Tick, and by extension to the other serpent gods. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to ask her?
I say thank you again.
Of course.
That's all I...
Yes, of course, no problem. Anytime
Yeah.
you'd like to speak, if you can come here and speak to me, I would be happy to talk to you.
How would I come back here?
I don't know. But if you can, you're welcome anytime.
Oh. Also...
Yes.
One second, let me furiously flip through my notebook. I'll show her the spiral carving I have.
Is
Yeah.
it the one Minato left for you?
Yee!
Uh,
It's for Teusu, I think?
it's
I
what?
believe so. For Teusu.
Yes.
I have her name written down next to it, so I'm assuming that's what's happening.
Oh,
Okay, yes. And she looks it over and she goes, oh yes, this is a symbol of Teusu, yes. Her symbol is her sort of coiled up like this, yes. Where did you find this?
I'm sorry?
Where did you find this?
It was given to me by another
Oh,
when they left.
Yes, occasionally there's a few groups of people up in the mountains, in the headwaters of the river that flows through Susara, but they aren't capable of restoring us to our thrones, if you will. Maybe this came from one of them.
It came from someone named Minato.
Minato. I think I've heard the name before. Oh yes, Askasha mentioned her once or twice. Where did she go?
Is she here?
No.
She was kind of, not taken, but somebody came and saved her from a threat. Some kind of threat.
Looks around nervously. A threat?
A threat. We were, battling something.
She's not here. Don't worry, she's not dead. I would know. If she knew Teos's name, she probably would have come here after dying. So, likely she's still alive and fine.
Well, if you see her before me, could you tell her I say hello?
Yes,
and that I apologize. We had a misunderstanding of sorts before she left.
Of course, no problem, darling. If I can do that, yes.
Thank you.
I hope I do not see her, because that would mean she will have died. But if I do, I will let her know.
Thank you. And then I'll awkwardly shuffle away.
Alright. Mir, you said you need to take something?
When she has a moment.
Yeah. Hessa's finished chatting. Mir is back, Tick is back to, unoccupied. Really.
Mir cautiously approaches and sort of gives a little wave of, hello.
Hello, little bird, what do you need?
I wanted to ask you about something. Fortunately I don't have a name for them, but we met this, guardian of these old ruins near, what was Zakrow's college again?
It was in Varmea.
Okay, yes, I will describe where we found the ruins, because it's been less time for my character than it has been for me.
Yeah.
And they said they were trying to get back to Serpenthome and don't get back there, but we at the time didn't even know what that meant, and I'm just trying to figure out if there's a way that we can still help them.
Oh, goodness. One of our guardians. It must be one of our guardians left over from before. Oh dear, the poor thing must be so lonely. Oh.
If there's any way that we can help them, or if you could help them, I would. I don't know how much I can offer God, but
if you don't need to pay me
something,
anything, little one, I would do anything I can to help a lost soul like that. Oh dear. I don't know where. Well, I might be able to figure out where it is, but the easiest thing to do would be to send someone to it and have them open a portal. You said he was guarding something, yes?
Yes, these old ruins and this chest with some magic items, which in the end it let us have magic items with the promise that we would help them get back home. So here I am, trying to help them get back home.
There's a gateway, a portal, sort of, leading from those ruins to Serpenthome, but it has been closed, so they can't get back. That sounds probably like what has happened, and it would be easiest if someone would go there and reopen it. Do you know anyone who could do that?
I don't think so. I don't know if I don't think I'm powerful enough to do that. The portal that we came through was already present. None of us made it, so. But no. I don't suppose you have a scroll for it or something. I don't even know if that's arcane or divine magic that would...
Oh, it's probably divine, but, but if you cannot find anybody who can do it, I can contact Ansari and have one of her casters try to find their way back through to the material plane and then to Source Ruins and then back. I don't know how long that will take. I don't know how effective it will be. It's rather difficult to get from our plane back to the material plane because...
Would it help if... I mean, I can't open... Sorry, you were saying something.
No, go on.
I was saying, I can't open a portal from that side, but is there something I could, like, bring to the spot physically that would help you focus onto that to open it from your side?
I think it will have to be done from the material plane side. We would not have voluntarily closed a portal on our end, which means that for us it's still open, probably. It's just the other end that has been closed or lost. Likely its essence is still there. If you can find someone who manipulates places like that, it would be fairly easy. Got something to say, Echo?
I'm good.
Okay.
Dare I ask? I guess other than that,
I will ask Ansari. I will go to her and see if I can find someone who can do that.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, of course. It pains me to know that one of our very own little guardians was left there for so long.
One other thing. This may be ridiculous, and I really don't know what I'm talking about here, so feel free to tell me I'm being stupid about this. But is it possible to ask a god to watch over a particular person?
It is, yes.
So, I've tried to get my grandmother to accept my own god's blessing, but she's pretty stubborn, and I think she used to follow a storm god, He Feng. But I think after stuff in her past, she stopped kind of believing in the gods. I guess I just want to know that she's looked after when I'm away. I like I said, this is kind of silly, but she is.
Darling, it's not silly at all.
And I worry for her. She's getting a little older and sometimes forgets where she is. And
oh, you have a very strong connection to your family, don't you?
Yeah, Grant's actually the one who inspired me to become an adventurer, which is why I'm here.
Fortunately, I am a god of family, and I am also a god who has been forgotten. So I think maybe if I could speak to her, we would be friends. I will see what I can do.
Okay.
I will try to find her with my father engine and see if I can keep her safe for you.
Thank you. She's... like I said, she used to have her own gods, but she lost her family, basically, for a group of adventurers, and she's never really been the same since.
I understand. Sometimes we all lose important things. Sometimes we can't get them back.
Thank you. I will, leave you to be now. Thank you.
That's alright. Go well, little bird.
Mir scoots off. Goes to go check that temp is still in one piece and all that.
I'm in several pieces, actually.
Oh no! Get the super glue!
Not good.
Alright. Is that everyone good for tonight?
I think so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's interesting because the sun doesn't move from its sunset position. It is always sunset here. But you do sort of feel a progression of time. And you are given very, very comfortably furnished rooms with these, like, very comfy, like, homespun blankets in them. And,
I've never.
Mir admires the blankets.
And you're all settling in for the night, and Mir, you are in your room, actually, and you hear a knock at the door.
I go over to see who is knocking.
It is Tick.
Oh! Hello!
Sorry to interrupt, but I had a gift, I had a small favor to offer you. Just a gift.
Oh!
Yes?
Oh, thank you.
I feel like
Sure.
you might need this at some point, and it's not particularly powerful, but I think you might like it. And she hands you a coarse, sort of woven wool blanket.
Is this what I think it is?
When you take it, it is warm and dry in your hands.
Oh,
That's so good!
it's the fisherman's blanket!
And she says, I looked to see where you've come from. Yes, you come from the ocean. It's very cold there. I feel like maybe you might need this to stay warm in the future.
Oh, thank you so much! Oh, I thought the sailors would have one of these, and I've always wanted one, and oh, it's so warm. Thank you, thank you, thank you!
Yes, of course there's a one. And she'll ruffle the feathers on your head and pat you there. And she says, you have a good sleep now, okay?
Okay.
And she'll back off and close the door gently.
Mir, by the way, does not sleep. She stays up to, like, crochet something to give to Dan.
Oh.
Sorry, I had a pencil in my mouth. That's adorable.
You sleep very well. None of you have any bad dreams, or any dreams at all, really. You have very sound sleep, and you wake up completely refreshed. Temp, you're back at your full HP.
Yeah!
You don't have a reduction anymore to your max HP from Strahd's. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
This sucks.
Juice boxing.
Good
Yeah, for
slurp.
Strahd's juice boxing. Okay.
I hope you know I'm picturing, like, a juice box, little arms and legs, and boxing gloves.
God bless.
Good.
Yes. You all wake up and you gather your things because you know you'll be moving on to the next area and possibly to home after this. And when you go out, you see there are already people wandering around, people milling about, lots of food being made, and there is actually food laid out for all of you at the table. And it is a nice balanced meal.
Good.
Noise.
It's not just baked goods.
Y'all can't live on pastries.
If you try hard enough, you
Down.
can.
There are nice like berry tarts. There is cooked eggs, some bacon, good bacon. Pretty much anything you would want in a breakfast you can get. There's a lot of people eating off this table. It's kind of like a wander around, serve yourself. There's a lot of stuff, but there's a specific spot reserved for all of you. And this food is incredibly good, and you can all count yourselves as for the duration that the spell would normally last under the effects of a hero's feast.
What'd it do?
I think it gives you some temp HP, immunity to poison, resistance against, like, fear, maybe?
Yeah, I
And-
think it's right.
No fear.
Gonna look it up.
And an advantage on wisdom saving throws.
Hero's Feast. Immune, cured of all disease and poison, immune to poison and being frightened,
All wisdom saving throws have advantage, and hit point maximum increases by 2d10 for 24 hours.
You go. Do you want to roll the 2d10 individually, or should I roll it? I'll roll it because Tick cast the spell.
Yeah.
Where are my d10s? Jesus.
I ate them.
There's another. That'll do. 14. Rolled well.
Ooh.
So each of you have an additional 14 on your max HP right now.
Ooh.
So I'm at 84 right now? Nice.
Mir, by the way, brings to Tick a large made of mottled greens and blues hat that she stayed up to crochet.
Aww.
And Tick, you come over to her and I assume just like hold it out.
She's like, "Thank you for the gift. Don't know if you have need of it, but
Oh, darling,
Here.
thank you so much. This is for me?
yes."
Oh, you shouldn't. Oh. And she takes it, immediately puts it on, and it looks fucking adorable.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
it so much. It's so good.
It shows off her eyes, which are green.
Yay!
And she says, "You are so precious. Thank you so much. Oh, come here. Give me a hug."
Hugs.
And she gives you a hug and pats your head. Yeah, it was 14 HP. Tick is about to adopt Mir. Well,
That's a
Tick, she holds you at arm's length. Well, not holds up, but like she has her hands on your shoulders and she goes, "I am a goddess of family, but it doesn't always mean family by blood, you know. You have an extra family here with your friends. You're very lucky to have them.
Yeah.
And they're very lucky to have you.
Aw, thank you.
You come back anytime you like, okay?"
Thank you. And I don't know if you ever run into the Celestial family, but if you do, say hi.
I will.
Tell them I say hi.
Sure thing.
I go over to find some breakfast rolls.
Absolutely. They're very good breakfast rolls. Soft and fluffy. After you
Mizha again is sitting away from people so she can eat without disturbing people.
I mean, in this of all places, other people are also horfing things down whole.
It was more.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
party.
we're, like, the rest of us are the
party.
only people actually eating things in little bites.
Yeah, she's trying to not startle the party by the fact that she's eating everything whole.
I mean, on one hand, fair. On the other hand, you watch several other people do that. Including Askasha.
Valid. She's more thinking after the bird joke, she doesn't want to make anything worse.
Aww. Just still worried about that bird joke.
Always. It's never gonna leave her alone.
After you have your meal, Tick and Askasha beckon you towards a room off the main hall. And inside this room, it is mostly empty. There are like some benches up along the wall for people to sit on if they would like. But the main feature is a sort of stone archway. On the far wall, there's a window on each side of it letting the sunset light in. It's very weird because it feels like it should be morning, but it's still sunset. And they both go up to the wall, and Tick says, "Now, what we're doing is we're going to open a gateway to Citadel, which we can do because there are two of us here. And once it is open, you will go through. Askasha, you're going with them." And Askasha goes, "Sorry? What?" And Tick says, "No, dear, listen, you're going through. Bashini told me to make you go as well. because she knew you would listen to me. So you're going with the rest of them, okay? Well, Askasha kind of sighs.
So much.
Alright. I'm going. And they both put one hand on each side. Each one puts a hand on the archway. And there's a moment of silence, and then it fills with a shimmering sort of brown, like deep brown, like an earthy brown light. And Tick, Tick moves back from the archway and gestures through.
Onwards.
You go first?
Sure. I'm gonna backflip through.
Okay, roll acrobatics.
Jeez.
I take because there's
Let
always
it be a 1! Oh, it's not a 1. It's bad. Acrobatics?
Mm-hmm.
24!
Jesus. Yeah, you look at this thing, and then you look at them, and then you turn around, and you backflip through it. And you come out in bright light. The rest of you?
I thank Tick before we leave. Or before
As
I
does
leave.
Mizha.
Me as well.
Yeah.
Dang
Me
it.
also just sort of nods toward Hessa having backflipped through and said, "That's normal. Honestly,
This
that is."
happens every time.
Some people just have to. It's okay. She likes
Some
to show
people
off.
just have.
It's very impressive.
I'm gonna go through like a normal fucking human being for once.
Well, you're an elf, so...
You do your pretend I'm a human walk.
It's
know
only
what?
slightly abnormal.
Mizha, whenever you go through, you're dragging Zakra with you because he's still unconscious.
Nobody's worried.
No one's
He got,
bothering.
he got that crunk on pastry.
ate like 40.
Mir's already checked him over and just determined that it's a food coma.
He's pastry hungover.
Yes. Those pasteles, they'll get you.
Those bear claws, man.
This is why we can't live on pastries. Y'all.
That's, again, quitter talk.
So do you all head through? Yes. Alright. Switching to music. Alright. You come out of the archway and you find yourselves immediately in the streets of a great city. It is mid-morning. The sun is quite high. It's actually almost noon, really. The sky is clear and blue. You see people bustling everywhere. There are carts pulled by goats and horses. There are occasionally dogs. There are trees and little courtyards all around you. There are people running every which direction. You can hear a hubbub of sound. And Mizha, you're home. If you would like to take a break, this is a place to do it.
Mizha is glowing, by the way. She is so happy.
Like, actually glowing.
Yeah, literally glowing.
Nice.
No.
If you guys would like to take a break,
Nice.
Sure.
Sure.
because it's 8:30, so
Okay. I should use the restroom.
yes. Alright, I'll see you back here in 10 minutes.
Sounds good.
Citadel. God, these gays. Absolutely. 19 months, holy shit, Chanty. What color are you? I feel like your pen is black. Yes, it is. Marker. Let's see, how many stars do you have up here? Jesus. Damn, I got your stars up. Thank you so much for your continued support. You are one of my favorite people. Alrighty. I'm gonna go ahead and run off on my break as well. I'll see you guys back in a couple minutes. I think we're ready to be back. Alright. Are we back?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. You find yourselves in the streets of Citadel. Mizha, you know where you are. Askasha is with you, and as you glance behind you, the portal closes.
You, I assume, can get back home without having a second. Or I suppose you could ask Bashini.
Yes, I can find my way back.
Why am I even worried about you? You're a god. You know what you're doing.
For the most part, yes. What would you like to do?
Are there any
Mizha-
shops around?
Mizha takes a deep breath and just hums. She is content. She is happy here.
What does the place look like looking around?
It is a massive city. It's much larger than Etria. You are in a street that's kind of walled, but you can see there are windows cut into these walls, and when you poke your head out one of them, you can see the city is tiered. And there are at least 5 tiers below you. You don't know how many above you. You glance up and you see stone carved into what looks like a mountain, reaching up much, much further. You don't know how many tiers are above you, but you do see a very tall set of towers poking out the top. And as you glance around, you look at the area around the city, because where you are, you can sort of see out over a plains limbs, and you realize this city is an entire mountain that has been carved.
Neat. Reminds me of home.
A little bit.
But, you know, just bigger. Way, way, way bigger.
It's massive. Mizha, you know what those towers are. Those are the towers of that Bashini and her warseers use.
Mir, by the way, like, points to those. Is like, I bet we're headed to that big, important building up there, right?
Askasha sighs. Yes.
Mizha's just laughing very quietly.
Yes, we are.
You don't sound happy
Did
about
I say
that.
something wrong?
No, it's just very bright here and I don't like it.
That's fair.
Cities aren't really my thing, if you will. I don't like them.
I don't have any
Because-
sunglasses, but I could give you a scarf or something to drape over your head.
I have 5 heads.
Wait,
I-
I'd need, yeah,
I
because
appreciate
I would
that.
need a...
It's fine.
I'd need 5 scarves.
The city does.
Or one
take-
really long scarf.
The city does take some getting used to, I'm afraid.
Get out the Doctor Who scarf.
Go on. Sorry.
Go on.
She just sort of looks around and nods, saying, "It does take some getting used to. It took me a great deal of getting used to, but it happened."
So,
The look on her face is almost like slightly sad, as though she's remembering something that happened that she didn't particularly like, but is sort of resigned to that fact now. She's just sort of
I hope you kids are ready for the feels.
passively sad.
So, what do you do?
I guess we should start making our way toward the Citadel, but maybe we could stop and poke our head in some shops on the way.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
This whole place is Citadel. The entire city
Oh!
Are there shops? That's the most important part.
Is there a gift shop?
Is there a gift shop?
I need
Like,
to
I'm
find
talking
my
like the kitschiest gift shop you can find.
I need to find my favorite store in the Citadel, guys.
Yes!
I just left the call. I'm gonna let them sit for a second after that one. I'm so mad. I also didn't consider they might want to fucking shop. I didn't realize. Oh god.
Are you done? I think so. It's okay. Oh, I'm okay.
He dies.
It's alright. Okay, we can go on now.
I can randomly generate some shops if you really want to.
I just wanted the joke. It's alright.
Well, I want to get a souvenir to mail back to Grandma.
Yeah, I still want my kitschy gift shop. Thank you very much.
One thing I didn't prepare.
You can do that while we're going to Bashini.
I mean, you named it the Citadel, and you were expecting us not to try and find shops.
I mean, we can just poke our heads into a shop on our way to Bashini.
A nice snow globe or something?
God. Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Krista is also sighing.
Furious.
Oh, and I'll try to buy some like postcards or things for Zakar for whenever he wakes up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can stop by some shops, I suppose. This isn't a place where there would be, like, a gift shop, because this isn't a tourist destination, it's an extra plane. It's an extraplanar location where people go when they die. So...
Wait, so can we take things back from this room?
You can, but there's not a gift shop, per se. Oh my god.
Everything's a gift shop if you're willing to grab it and run.
No! Bad Hessa!
Mizha
No!
will stop that.
Arm again.
Everything's a gift shop if you're willing to shoplift.
She immediately stops, cringes a little bit, and looks back at the god in our presence.
Mm-hmm.
Mizha just puts a hand very firmly on your head, like not tight, but just sort of compressing, and says, "For the love of everything you care about, do not cause trouble here."
It was a joke. It's fine. I wasn't gonna do anything.
I saw you in Strahn's manor.
Hey, that was allowed. We were there to kill him. He doesn't need this stuff anymore. It's okay.
Okay, but let's not take. I know the people here are dead, but let's not steal from the dead who are, here.
I wouldn't steal from here. It's fine.
Tiska gives you the double mom look again. Like, not again, because it technically hasn't happened, but
Hessa, like, retreats into her
I
scarf.
have to say, that's the cutest fucking idea on name. A tiny little snake hide.
Well, I want to find something I can send back to family.
I mean, it's a city, and people, quote, live, unquote, here. So there's, like, stuff that you would use in your day-to-day life.
We'll buy spoons.
Yeah, okay. You want some spoons? Here, I've generated...
wait! Is there a craft store?
Yeah, why not?
Is there a place that sells yarn?
Oh no.
Special
Hold on, I'm
dead
generating.
plane yarn.
Wait, shit! Do they take money here?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I look at Askasha, I'm like, can we pay for things here? Will they take money, or...?
Yeah, I mean, why not? Right?
You sound so sad, Falk. I'm sorry.
good bit.
Is it possible Falk has actual plot they want to get onto?
No, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Just go on, like, the Joanne's website and literally anything there you can find here. Why not?
That's a lot of power.
Yeah, but it also costs money, so...
Yeah, but as my main man Tupac once said, no one man should have all that power.
Fortunately, a lot of people can access the Joanne's website, so...
The real question is, can I use Joanne's coupons?
No.
You just
This does
take
not
out a
count as
giant,
competitor.
just a giant folder with a bunch of like coupons in it.
I just got flashbacks. God. So, what are you gonna try and find?
Yarn.
It's mostly...
And
You can get pretty much anything here. It's just not that different from stuff you'd find on the material plane.
There's no like t-shirts.
No. This is a tourist destination. The one thing that I'll allow is, which was suggested in the chat, is a tiny Citadel-shaped snake hide that you can put in a snake tank for them to hide in.
Oh,
That's so cute.
It's fucking adorable, so you can buy that.
Do
if
they
you
have-
want.
I don't suppose they have like Christmas ornaments. No, they probably
Oh,
wouldn't have
wow.
Christmas here. Solstice ornaments of any kind.
Oh god, you're making me come up with solstice celebrations. What are the Serpent God solstice traditions? The previous
Procedurally
one.
generated holidays.
What?
I said procedurally generated holidays.
Yeah, I'll say you could probably find something that you could use as a solstice ornament.
I will get one of those.
I'm gonna say
And
there's
some fuzzy yarn.
little stained glass things, probably.
Ooh,
In the
pretty.
shape of suns and moons. Since they're snakes, so they like the sun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I will get a fun little ornament and some yarn.
We've had a suggestion, a line of yarns named after the serpent gods. I don't think that the serpents themselves would create that, but I can definitely see someone on the material plane doing it.
I like the thought that they have that, and then there's just Askasha walking by in their store.
Askasha
They have an
slithers
actual-
on and goes, ugh.
I'd like one of each, please!
I'll take
They
your-
don't exist yet, but if you ever own
I'll
a
take
yarn
your
shop on the
entire
material
stock.
plane, you can create them. How about that?
Okay. When Mira retires from a life adventuring, she'll just open a yarn store.
Oh
Yes.
wow, the
Sounds
dream.
about right.
Yeah, there you go. Alright, so yeah, you can find that stuff.
Anyone else want to do shopping?
Yeah, it's up to you. If you would
Mizha
like
is
to.
getting kind of antsy. She wants to go meet Bashini.
Okay. Sorry, we probably shouldn't keep a god waiting.
Like, she's shifting a lot in her plays, just
I
watching
just
you guys.
really wanted to get something to send back to my grandma, you know.
Tiska's practically like Tiska's with wings are getting cramped in this store because she's trying very hard not to like knock something over.
She's trying real hard not to bullet a China shop
Yeah.
the entire
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Like hardcore
Alright,
with
so you
that
keep going?
death.
Yeah.
Alright, you move on. You have to wind your way through the tiers upwards, and the further you go, the easier it is, because there are less people higher up. You head up a few tiers, and you get into, like, sort of, military almost looking areas. There are guards about, and people training in the open courtyards. And, a couple more switchbacks, a couple more levels up. And this takes quite a bit of time, because this city is very large. And after a few more switchbacks, you manage to make your way up towards the base of the towers. And there, you see several yuan-ti are standing in a courtyard taking instructions from a yuan-ti who could only be Bashini. you see her, and when you met Mizha, you thought Mizha was like really big, and you see Bashini. Mizha's really not that large, huh?
Oh gosh.
Bashini is easily twice Mizha's length. And she is massive and just incredibly powerful. She is, and I will look up this snake for you because I need to get this point across. She has the body and head of a blood python. And as such, she is enormously fat. And incredibly strong.
She chunk.
Yes.
Thick with 2 C's.
Yes.
3 even.
Possibly 3. She is immensely powerful. And she is dressed, she has, you can see, a humanoid torso. So she has like arms, and she's wearing on this torso heavy plate armor. And in one hand she has a massive shield with the symbol of an open eye on it. And in the other hand she carries a halberd, much like Mizha's. It's a halberd, right?
Yes.
Yes, she carries a halberd like Mizha's. So, I'm uploading
the moment they come to this courtyard, Mizha nods to the yuan-ti, plants her beautiful, I love it. It's so good. Plants her halberd and shield in the ground, and does the Snursen version of a kneel and or a bow. Her face is very close to the ground right now. Which is really impressive considering she's folding over herself to do it.
Yes.
Mia will do a little bow as well, looking a little...
Tuscany's following.
I never covered, etiquette for gods in my, my upbringing.
And you
Hessa just like awkwardly bows.
You see her catch sight of you out of the corner of one of her eyes. And she holds up a hand to the people she's talking to, and she sort of motions them, with the hand holding the shield, she motions them off, and they start to head off in another direction, and she turns and slithers towards you, surprisingly quickly, and you hear her say, Mizha! You're back, and you brought the little one like I asked that you do. Very good. Very good. Now, all of you, come with me, we don't have very much time. Okay?
Okay.
Of course,
stand up,
Of
Mizha,
course.
it's fine, you don't have to do that in front of me. You don't.
Mizha is smiling the biggest Snursen smile she can possibly manage. She's so happy.
And you see Bashini grin down at you. And she offers you a hand.
Mizha gladly takes it
She
and
helps
says,
you
"It is
up.
good to be home, my lady."
It's good to have you back. But this ties into the whole we need to talk immediately thing. I don't know if you're going to be here for very long. I have another mission for you. So, come, let's go. You too, Askasha, you're coming too. You cannot slip away now. You are not supposed to just guide. Okay, you have to come with me. Now, let's go. And she turns and she heads towards the towers.
Should the rest of us follow?
Yes, please, all of you, now.
Okay.
Need all of you.
Okay. Rots to keep up.
She's very fast. And she is
Dragging
not slowing
Zakra
down.
along.
Mizha is very confused, but she's just like,
We do not have a lot of time because your little scientists do not have very much strength left for holding open the rift that you have left them with. That's fine, it's not your fault. But we need to hurry up. So, come with me, and you head into the tower underneath the large open wooden doors that lead into this like marble hallway with columns on it, on the sides of it. And as you go, she is talking, and she's leading you through this great hall towards like a central chamber. And she says, it's been long enough time I have waited for you to show up, I have some information for you, and then you need to go back and hurry up what you're doing, because things are going very quickly now, and you can't stop them anymore, so what you should do is try to fix them.
This sounds vaguely concerning.
It is, yes, it's vaguely concerning, and it's concerning for me, because right now, future and fate don't match, and I have to make them match. See? Do you see this, or do you not?
I am confused.
Okay.
Miza's just nodding. She, you know, she's done this a couple times.
Let me explain. So, future and fate are two different things. Yes, future, very, very specific, highly changeable. Fate, not very specific, never changes. My job as goddess of fate and person who sees the future is to make sure that they match up. Right now they do not, because fate says your world is not destroyed, but future says it is. So I have to make sure that future then says it does not get destroyed. Yes?
What?
Does this make sense to you?
I'm sorry, did I just hear end of the world?
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's a chance that's decreasing, probably. So.
Well, I'm sorry.
I have some concerns.
I have several.
Yes, I figured you might. You tend to. The important thing is, I can't tell you a whole lot, because if I tell you too many specific things about future, the future will change, and anything I will have said will be useless. So, I can't say. Lots of things, anyway. I can say some things about fate, because that's different and that does not change. And she leads you, as you've been just like keeping up with her, trying to keep up with her as you go along, and she leads you through another doorway onto a circular mural on the ground that's made of marble, and then once you all step on, she takes her halberd and she slams it twice on the ground, and the ground begins to rise up through the center of the tower. And she says, I am taking you to, messieurs have brought back with a couple of mages from Antari. They have brought back the rift to here so that you can go back through it, because you need to, or your scientists will start to lose hands and things.
Oh no!
So we've brought it here so that you can go back through, which you will do very soon. And I have a thing to give to you, Mizha, and I have another mission for you. You will not be staying here.
May I ask why, milady?
Because these people need you.
Mizha looks kind of stricken. She is just like... it's like a child being put to the corner. Just I
am sorry.
Kind of distraught.
I am sorry, but you are one of the best warriors I have. You have always been, and I think that they need your help to make sure that fate goes as it should.
She just sort of pauses for a moment and says, "Of course, my lady. Anything."
Don't be so sad about it. I will need to have your necklace back, please, so that if you know, disintegrate, I can put you back together again. So you will have to hand that back to me.
Of course. And Mizha sort of takes her armor off so she can get to the necklace better.
And?
She's wearing the same clothes as before. None of you have seen it. She's never taken her armor off around you. But you see, her clothes are a little ragged, and there are bloody holes in them.
Oh dear.
One over her heart, one at the base of her throat, and one in her stomach. And if you look closely, they are, underneath the holes in the cloth are old but sizable wounds.
Open wounds.
Open wounds, yep.
Mira immediately goes into Mother Hen mode. Oh my goodness, are you okay? Are you bleeding? Oh my gosh, you should have told me. Here, let me get the first kit.
Stop.
Whatever.
Stop. Little thing. Stop.
Yes?
You cannot help this wound.
Oh. Why not?
It's not dangerous anymore. Not for her.
It already happened. There is no changing that fact, and I would not change it for anything or anyone.
Are you okay though? Are you? Does it hurt?
Oh, do they not know?
No, milady, they do not.
Oh, well, you can say if you would like, otherwise...
Mizha turns to everyone and says, "Why do you think I am so comfortable here? This is the land of the dead, yuan-ti. That war was the war I died in. The people I died for. I died to try to protect the future of the people that I let escape that place. And I did not succeed. Not entirely.
But you did not fail entirely either.
No, that I did not. But like so many others in that war, I lost everything. And this is my home now. These people that live in the Citadel, they are my family now. So it pains me to leave again. But to help you, I will."
Mir just sort of motions like offering you a hug, but I'm a little uncertain.
Mizha will accept this hug. And she says, "It has been a long time since I have felt as though I have truth. I lost it as the war began. And technically before the war ever started. But with all of you, it feels as though I have family again. So for you, and of course, my lady, I will go back, and I will do everything that I can to ensure that your world survives."
Thank you.
You feel the ground jerk to a halt, and you see you are now in a very large circular chamber at the top of the towers. You can see occasionally there are people huddled in like little groups around tables. It is very, very quiet up here. And you can see there's sunlight streaming through all of the windows. And Bashini leads you over towards one of the archways that leads out onto a balcony, and beyond the doorway you can actually see already that shimmering rift that they have brought here to set you back through. And Bashini heads towards the archway and then turns and stops, and she says, "Now listen. There is a lot about to happen to you, and you have to be able to live through it all. So I am going to give to you, Mizha, a very important thing, okay? I'm going to give you my mark. This is not boon, this is not blessing, this is mark. This is very different. And this is not something that you should use lightly, yes? In fact, I would ask that you don't use it unless either all of your friends are about to die or there is a god in play. Those are the two things those are two circumstances where you can use mark. Okay?
Understood.
Okay, lower your head to me, please.
Of course.
You tip your head forward, and everyone sees Bashini reach out with one hand. And to do this, she lets go of the halberd, and it just kind of stands in place. You see her reach out with one hand and place it on Mizha's forehead. And Mizha, for a second nothing happens, and then you experience an absolutely terrible pain in your forehead. And it feels like someone has stuffed the hot end of a poker into a fire and is now carving it through your scales. and all of you watch and see as a bright spot of heat is drawing itself into a symbol on Mizha's forehead, and you watch and it forms the eye of Bashini.
Mm.
It hurts a lot.
Mizha is trying real hard not to show that she's in pain because she's gone through that with the wounds, the war. Pain is pain. She's trying real hard not to show that it hurts.
When the symbol is complete, Bashini removes her hand, and then she puts her hands underneath your chin and lays her chin atop your forehead, which is as close as snakes can really get to the forehead touch.
Yeah.
And she does that for a second, and she pulls her head back, still holding yours, and she says, "It's your responsibility now to make sure that these people do not fail. Do you understand?"
Of course, my lady. She is definitely crying. Don't worry about it. It's fine. She's fine. Don't worry about it.
I trust you above all other servants of mine to make this happen. You are my trusted. You are the one I give this mission to, because I believe you can succeed.
And that honor will stay with me forever and eternally.
I know it will. She gently smooths one hand across the mark, and the pain fades a little bit. And then she says, "Askasha, you cannot leave yet. You need to give your mark." And Askasha goes, "What? Sorry." And Bashini
What?
goes, "This, I know it's special thing you only give to chosen champion or whatever, but you need to give your mark. And you know who too, okay? You have to do this." And Askasha, kind of like pulls back a little bit, and she goes, You must understand, this is reserved for someone who has tested through trials over centuries, perhaps years." And Bashini goes, "Yes, I know, very aware here, please, but if you do not give your mark, there will be no material plane for you to give someone your mark to on, okay? So you do this now. Okay? Now." And Askasha, "Alright. Hessa, if you would,
I'm sorry, what?
come here, please."
Oh, okay. Walks up.
"If you would accept it, I would give to you my mark."
Are you sure? This is very important, and
I know, which is why I am offering. I would trust Bashini's foresight over anything else in the universe. And if she says this I must do, I will do it. And besides, given a few more trials, I'm sure you would have earned it anyway.
Of course I'll accept. Yes, sure. Of course. Yeah.
Very well. I'm not going to put it on your forehead.
Okay, that's good.
Hold out your hand, please.
Holds it out.
Askasha takes your hand in his, and he kind of lays one hand on top and one hand on the bottom, and for a moment you don't feel anything, and then you feel like, again, an intense pain in your palm. And it hurts.
She tries to be cool. Tries to play it cool.
You know what? Roll Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. This is not gonna go well. What's my Constitution modifier? Oh, nice.
Not
That's
good
not
enough.
good. It's not.
What'd you get?
An 8.
You feel this,
Oof.
and it feels like someone is burning a hole in your hand. and you try to play it cool because you're in the presence of 2 gods and a lot of people you like to impress. But you can't. It is blinding, it is overwhelming, and you end up actually stumbling and clinging onto Askasha's arms to even stay up off the floor at all with your free hand.
You all hear some nice, like, hissing weird noises. Everyone who's a Sneeple in the room understands what I'm saying.
Oh, yes.
Even those of us who don't speak Sneeple have a fair guess.
You can guess.
The expletives.
There's some not nice words being said.
Mizha tries to gently comfort the pain still sort of there in her forehead. She's just like, no, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine. You'll be okay.
And Askasha, finally lets go of your hand. After it feels like several minutes, but it was really only several seconds, and kind of lifts you up on your arms and says, as Bashini said, do not use this unless you are about to die, or there is some other deity breaking the rules and showing itself. One of the ones not allowed, anyway. Those are the only circumstances in which you are allowed to activate this mark. Do you understand?
Of course. I'll try to do you proud.
It is of dire importance that you do not activate this at the wrong time. And Bashini cuts in and she says, I must make this clear. If you choose to activate this and you didn't absolutely have to, it is not us that will punish you. It's something else entirely.
I won't use it. Not unless I have to.
Good, because we will have no control over the consequences.
That sounds fun.
It's not our fault. Now, before you go, the rest of you, we do not have marks for you because we are not the ones who will give you marks. You will probably find that out later. In fact, you certainly will, actually. You will not need these except for once, maybe twice that I can see, perhaps other ones, but the future is too changeable for me to say exactly how many times you will need these marks, so I can't give you that good of an estimate. And one more thing. And she folds her hands in front of her, and she says, sometimes things happen, and they are terrible things. But they would have happened whether you were there or not. And the fact that they happened to you, or in the vicinity of you, or with you around, just means that they will end differently than they would have. Because you were there. This is something you will need to tell your little scientist friend in 2.5, 3.5 months or so. Okay, remember that.
That's vaguely concerning, but okay.
That sounds bad.
Don't worry. You don't have a choice to stop it now.
Oh, that's even better.
Fantastic.
The only thing you can do is change the future. But I think you can. I know you can. I have seen it.
I should certainly hope so.
Now go. You don't have much time. Oh, and tell your friend I said hello.
Which one?
You'll
What's
see.
that?
Oh boy.
Jeez.
She slithers back out of the way and gestures towards the rift. Oh, wait, 1 second. Hold on, just 1 moment. I forget something. Hold on. And she turns and slithers off a little bit towards one of the groups of people and breaks them up a little bit, whispers to a few of them, and then picks up something and carries it back to you. And it is a globe. A glass globe. Large enough to fit in your arms comfortably.
Oh, yeah!
The entire reason we're here.
Yes, this is the thing you need to make the rift clothes to this place. I almost forgot. Here you go.
The
Who
reason
wants...
I'm here, anyway.
Pardon?
I'll take it.
Okay. She hands it to you. It is filled with dappled sunlight, and it's patterned with scales. And she says, now go. It's already been open too long and is not stable enough to be open for much longer. So, go.
Alright. Yeet.
Alright, you head through the rift.
Running
Askasha?
Yes?
Thank you. I know this is a big honor, and I will try to do the best I can.
I know, child. You are unique, and even if you are the only choice, you would still, I think, be a good choice.
Thank you. Jump on through. Walk on through. She's gonna be cool.
Okay.
She's gonna play it cool.
You stride
She doesn't
through
need
the
a
rift.
flip.
Mizha makes sure that Bashini has the necklace.
Mm-hmm.
Gives
Bashini
her-
takes her necklace, and she says, good. So if you die, I will put you back together and send you back. It will just take some time.
Understood. Thank you. I will do my best for you.
I mean this in the nicest possible way. I hope I don't see you soon. Stay alive.
I understand, milady. And music goes through.
Okay.
Mir gives a little bow before she hops through the rift.
Alright. You take Zakra with you.
Where's
That's all.
Zakra?
You take Zakra with you. He's awake now. He's been like kind of keeping to himself. He's again kind of wary around gods, so he's just kind of been in the background a little bit. You also had to drag him away from the stores earlier, so.
He's got every, like, kitschy knick-knack he could manage to afford.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course.
And is that all of you? Is everyone through the rift?
Yeah.
Alright. You find yourselves stepping onto the wooden platform outside the rift in Saints Haven. And for a moment, it's pretty calm, and then you realize there's a bit of a hubbub going on with the scientists. And then someone goes, "They're back! They're back!
I
We can..."
smashed the
You what?
I smashed the
Orb.
Or
Okay.
once
Listen.
everybody's through.
Yeah, you check, make sure everything's through, and then you just chuck it downwards off the platform. And it shatters on the ground. And you see the colors of the rift slowly fade back to that rainbow. And it doesn't really get that much calmer amongst the scientists, and you wonder why, and then you see several of them are shepherding one of them away towards the camp. And before you can get a good look at what's going on, Lorelei appears and comes up to you and she says, "Oh, okay, you're back. Good. That took really long. What was going on?"
I had to go
We went
there.
through-
Things happened.
We met
know.
Yeah,
so
we
many
went
cool
through Serpenthome in kind of this weird way, and time wasn't normal there, so that might have had an effect.
Big too.
Alright, well, I guess that makes sense. Then there's nothing that could be done about that. Okay, well, in the future, if there's any way to make it go faster at all, the rift is kind of unstable, so keeping it locked into one has made it have some adverse effects, kind of.
And she looks
What happened?
really distressed.
What
What
happened?
kind?
Let me see if I can demonstrate for you in a non-lethal way.
And you see her kind of concentrate for a second, and then she snaps her fingers, and there's a little bolt of lightning that jumps from one finger towards the edge of the rift, and when it gets about halfway there, you see the air, like, abruptly twist and kind of go all folded in on itself for a second. And it's very swift and kind of violent looking, and then it snaps back to normal. And she said, and Lorelei says,
That does that just in the air. It's not as nice when it touches physical objects and does that.
Oh.
Oh no.
Dear.
Oh.
What's
Is that
happened?
scientist okay?
Yeah? He's alive.
That's not the same as okay.
No, he's got one hand now.
Ooh.
It's just gone.
He can have a cool claw now?
I guess so. We'll have to get him a prosthetic. It shouldn't be that hard to do, but, he lost a lot of blood. So, that's new. It didn't do that
Fun.
before. And I am
Sure did.
worried about the fact that it's, increasingly unstable.
Yeah. Is that bad for us? We need to go through there.
I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that. I mean, the only change between its normal, operation and it now is that we've been messing with it. So my only assumption is that it is doing this because we messed with it, but at the same time, if it's going to do this, and it was getting worse naturally, I think, judging by the reading patterns on it, we should probably still keep breaking it before it does this to, like, buildings
Indeed.
and more people. And I'm gonna keep my scientists further away from it in the future.
I'm wondering if it might not be a good idea to try to find other ways on and off the planes that we haven't fixed yet.
Well, I mean, that could work, or some way to get through the rift that isn't, you know, via jumping in with your physical body. Like a protective shell or something. I'll have to come up with that. I'll have to do some work on that. Until we get that figured out, we'll just have to be really careful about it, okay?
Yes.
And do
I'm
this-
confident we'll come up with something.
Yeah.
You're good at
We brought you guys presents, though.
Oh, thanks.
So if you want that, and Hessa takes out a beautiful vase with a bunch of ashes inside.
What is
So
this?
these are the ashes of a vampire lord?
This is Strahd.
You're joking, right?
Nope.
Nope.
What?
She's very much not.
You, wait, hold on. Wait, where did you even can we move away from the rift to have this discussion?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I'm flying off of the plane.
Back to the camp, please. And as you walk, she goes, okay, you went to a place called Serpenthome full of yuan-ti, and you met Strahd there?
Well,
tried to
we were
crash
in one
his-
part of Serpenthome, and the demi-plane kind of, crashed into.
Apparently,
I
he
didn't know
likes
planes could do that.
I didn't either. It's pretty
That's
cool, though.
interesting.
Science is amazing.
And kind of alarming.
Yeah.
Also, I don't have a shadow now. I probably should have asked Tick about that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how did... How?
Strahd.
God.
Oh, gosh. Okay, well...
He wasn't very nice.
No, as legend tells it, no, he's not. Where is he now?
Stop.
Dead.
He's in that
He's
base.
right
Okay,
here.
but like vampires, I mean, you have to kill them in a certain way, or they come
I
back.
mean, there was...
Kill them with sunlight?
Oh,
That
yeah,
helped.
well, you did that then.
We killed... Well, I guess he's not a god, but...
No, he
Something
certainly
close.
isn't.
Killed the vampire lord.
Yeah.
I guess you did. Okay, well... Are you gonna do anything with those ashes, or...?
No, do you want them?
Kind of?
Go ahead. Can I keep the vase after you're done, though?
Yeah, sure. I'll hand this over to a couple of the others, and see what they can make of it.
Nice.
Also, I think you should probably head back through the rift pretty soon. How are you feeling? Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to have Mizha put her armor back on. Whoops.
It happened.
You can have her have done that if you want.
Sure.
Okay.
To avoid the gaping wounds.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to worry anyone else.
Sure. And Lorelei says, "Okay, good. Everyone's feeling all right." You were down. You were in there long enough to have spent the night somewhere. Did you do that, or did time go weird?
We did.
We did spend one night after Temp got blood sucked by Strahd.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't look like you guys just fought a vampire. Good, because I'm gonna ask you go in pretty soon again, whenever it switches, because I'm really worried about this whole distortion thing. And also, we did get a request from my fund, from the people who are funding us, to get rid of it. So, kind of have to do that.
I mean, that's what we've been working.
Right.
All right.
I mean, I should be good to go. I'd just like to write a letter home real quick.
Sure, yeah, no problem. Whenever you're ready, all of you can go on back in, I suppose.
During the downtime, Miza's just sort of wandering around aimlessly. She doesn't know what to do. She looks kind of lost.
Oh. You
like she's drooping, and she just doesn't know what to do with herself anymore. Like, she has the mission and she knows what she can do, but that doesn't help the emotional distress.
Oh.
We should resupply. Hey, Mizha, have you met Alexander yet? Let's go over to Alexander's shop.
Oh.
Miza just sort of blinks and says, "Oh, all right."
I'm gonna go with, because I want to pick something up.
Okay. You guys can head over to Alexander's. God, what was his voice? It's been so long. Oh, right, I remember.
Oh, Rip Lurker.
Oh, don't worry, we were almost done. We can actually handle Alexander next session. I was gonna end it real soon. You guys are gonna head over to Alexander's. Before you go, actually, I'll just say, when you eventually get back from there, and I'll do your shopping next session, you guys are in the camp when one of the scientists, comes sprinting in saying the rift has already cycled to its next location. And you stand up and get ready to go, and you're all sort of standing by the edge of the camp when you hear someone exit from one of the tents at the edge. And you hear them walk up behind you, and you turn around, and you see Brahm.
Oh!
You immediately get a mirror hug.
Yeah, that's where we'll pick up next week. And Chanty will be rejoining us.
Yes!
And
2 takes instead of 1.
All 7 people playing.
All 7, God almighty.
The DM laughs nervously.
Oh no.
But alright, well, this is where we'll pick up next weekend. I'll be back to chat with you in a second. Let me go ahead and outro the stream.
Okay.
Okay, we're finally getting our fighter back. Chanty will be rejoining us hopefully next week. It's gonna be hilarious if he can't make it. I don't know what we'll do. But yeah, we have finally left Serpenthome, and the campaign should pick up now. We should be able to sort of launch into the second half / first arc endgame, I want to say. We'll see. We'll see. This is gonna be interesting. So much happened this week. Yeah! I finally managed to drag them out of Serpenthome. It took 5 sessions! But we did it. So, tune in next week on Saturday to see where we go next. I promise you it will be somewhere fun. For me. See you then.